and welcome to this super special conversation with my esteemed guests for today, Dr. Thomas Isaac and Dr. P.V. Unikrishnan. I am Tauhee the Faiz, and many of you may know me from my podcast, Chat Me Up with Tauhee, where I sit down with voices that spark curiosity, challenge norms, and offer fresh perspectives. And my guests today offer all that and more. Dr. Thomas Isaac is not just an economist or a former finance minister. He's a teacher, a thinker, and a torchbearer of ideas that challenge the norms. From classrooms to cabinet meetings, from grassroots campaigns to global financial markets, he's brought intellectual clarity and bold vision to Kerala's development policy. We are also joined by Dr. P.V. Unikrishnan, Member Secretary at KDISC and a key collaborator in Kerala's innovation initiatives, especially the Vijnana Kerala mission. On this show, I want to talk about ideologies in a rapidly evolving world, how Kerala reimagines growth and justice, and what it means to stay rooted in values while navigating modern governance. This isn't just about policy, it is about purpose. And as a proud Malayali, I am super excited for this conversation. Thank you so much for joining us today and taking time out from your busy schedules for us here. So first off, what brings you to Dubai?
Well, we are in Dubai for a mission. We have launched a program for skilling so to make youth in Kerala employable, job ready. Now, as a component of that, we want to make contact with employers in Gulf and other search for potential employment, the demand for what kind of skills they want, and then link them to our campaign in Kerala. In a nutshell, we are going to skill the entire student force in the higher education. Now, for that purpose, we are trying to mobilize the entire diaspora, particularly alumni of each of educational institutions, to join the campaign. So we have been also sounded with the various migrant organizations, besides the employees. So this is the reason for the present mission together.
And this is a part of your Vijnanam Kerala mission.
That's
Yes, and this I'm definitely getting into later because it is so impressive. But like now that we've come back to Dubai, recently Dubai vanittundo.
not recently, but I have been on and off.
Yes.
As an academic, I worked on migration studies.
Okay.
For that purpose, I made a number of visits.
Yes.
And then as a minister of Kerala,
Of course.
I have got
Yeah.
up to Kerala.
Because every time you come to Dubai, the landscape changes. In the voice, next thing. So there's a lot of changes. And I think that's a lot of inspiration for Kerala in terms of.
Dubai is changing so rapidly, so fast, so and the UAE. And that's an inspiration to Kerala also. Kerala, we have focused upon redistributive justice. Yes. Economic growth, but then it has to be a fair share to the workers and not ordinary people, which we have succeeded so that we have the best quality of life for the ordinary people in India. People are educated, better health care, they have shelter, basic needs of the population are being met.
Of course.
So that's what our great achievement. But today, we find there are new development challenges in Kerala, particularly the new educated young generation. They are not satisfied with the kind of jobs that are being generated in Kerala. Therefore, we would like to create quality jobs, which meets the expectations of the young generation. To achieve that, we want to transform Kerala into a knowledge economy, what we call. And in that endeavor, we find what is being done in Dubai and so very inspirational to us.
Absolutely, 100%.
Consciously, you promote education, new enterprise, and that too based upon advanced skills.
Yes.
Something that we hope to emulate in a much perhaps the lower scale,
But
the
slowly
share,
but surely.
so that we combine our redistributive justice with rapid growth with quality jobs. And Unikrishna, I think, there's more
Yeah.
need to discuss this.
Yes, we will, inshallah. Eventually, we are getting into this. I need to get into this in deep. Vishay, now, who else better than you to take on this? Because going back a little bit, you were a professor yourself.
Yeah.
Apo, you know the landscape. You know how it works. Apo, now when I see you, also, I see that when I see you personally, I've only seen you on screen. When I see you personally, I can see that sense of calm. That sense of self-awareness. Angathuralu, when you get into politics, it is so, active, aggressive. That's what we see. There's so much energy and buzz there, right? How did you get into politics? Was it a conscious decision to go back a little bit, to...
I have been three roles into one. One as an academic. As an academic, I have been involved in development of Kerala, studying it, and I became a developmental activist.
Okay. So that's where you began.
So, for the last 40 years, I've been involved in grassroots level, various type of developmental initiatives. And politics for me gives a big opportunity to translate this experience and ideas into macro policies.
Yes.
And so I find that very exciting. And in what my experience in politics, the policies I contribute to formulate, I always, as an academic, try to analyze them and document them, say, in books and papers.
Yes.
So I continue to take an active academic interest to know what is being done. I think this is one of the most exciting things that is happening in Kerala. A state in India setting the goal of transformation into a knowledge economy, knowledge economy, then finding extra budgetary resources for this transformation, and also a community-driven skill program so that the labor force is competent to work in such a new economy. So I find this is a very exciting developmental experiment that is taking place in Kerala.
So that is where your Marxism comes forth, where you want to get back. Yes.
Most exciting part of it is we are going to appeal to entire Malayali diaspora who are professional, telling them, here we are going to make a new Kerala, why don't you join? Let's do it together. Okay, you studied in Kerala, now you are abroad, now you are a professional, you can contribute. Not your money, but your knowledge, your experience, share it with the younger generation, become a mentor. So this is also one, we are testing the waters. How do people respond?
Yeah. So you're testing how Marxism works with the capitalist economy.
Yes, they're testing with people, talking with them, and I find people are excited about it. Yes. And the novelty of this program.
Yes. And of course, it's, coming from someone like you who've tested waters with your initiatives like Masala Bond and KIFBI. So it was very revolutionary, controversial, out of the box, right? So when you launched all of that, did you think, how did you first of all come up with these ideas? Because it was never experimented. It was first of its kind in India to begin with. So how did you come up with the Masala Bond concept?
Well, I told you, had developed in the economist. So this mind.
So did you face any, when you first presented the idea to your team, do you think they were hesitant, or did they accept your idea upfront?
Well, it's just not my lone voice or my own initiative. There's a whole band of policymakers who are committed to take the democratic project of Kerala forward. So my first major intervention in Kerala development process was through the democratic decentralization. Kerala administrative structure has been decentralized with a participatory mode, net participatory mode, with the direct participation of people at local level. And this was a huge campaign. About 40% of Kerala budget is spent at the local level. So that was a big experience. But then we realized we had to do more. We cannot walk on single leg, the double leg.
To go all in or
on a legs.
yes.
Let's say, okay, participatory democratic development process on the local level with respect to provision of services and development of small scale sectors. But you have also to have new advanced development sectors which generates quality jobs, decent jobs. And for that you require a different stats. You need to create the sufficient infrastructure through KIFPI and so. You have to transform your higher education. You have to skill your labor force. So that's a very different challenge. This I call walking on two legs.
But I think KIFPI was more aggressive and much more in the spotlight after you took over.
Kerala needs to make a huge investment in infrastructure because there is an infrastructure deficit that has to be overcome.
Yes.
We have been focusing upon social sectors. Now, we cannot meet this demand from the budget alone because there are severe limitations to what you can do and what you cannot do.
Of course, yeah.
Our state government budget within a federal system.
Limited.
And therefore, we designed this new financial institution which mobilized resources from outside and undertook the construction of infrastructure. And that is really transforming Kerala's.
That said, I'm from Mahi. So when you introduced KIFBI and the local system, നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും പിന്നെ മാഹിന്ന് പെട്രോൾ അടിച്ചിട്ടേ പുറത്ത് വെക്കുള്ളൂ. നമ്മൾ കേരളത്തിൽ പോയിട്ട് പെട്രോളേ അടിക്കൂല.
No, in fact, Thalassery and so on, talk of the new Thalassery bypass.
Yes, it's beautiful, yeah. So and that now surpasses Mahi when you cannot fuel your car anymore.
Take your Kannur. Look at the infrastructure in Kannur.
Yes.
How it has just changed in the last 10 years.
Yes, and we are so happy there's no more traffic. There's it's seamless mode of transport now.
Yes.
We can see the benefits, but then obviously, we are also
So this is
actively and happily contributing.
It's only one building block to a knowledge economy. We transform Kerala in the knowledge economy. Very important building block. Second is the university education. It has been produced new knowledge, which has to lead to innovation and finally new product and new enterprise. Yeah. And third component is skilling. Yeah. So we think in another decade Kerala will be transformed.
But when you initially introduced all of this, and there was a lot of pushback, there was a lot of allegations in terms of Kerala being under heavy debt and all of that. So did you even at that point, were you second guessing of your decisions? Or shouldn't I have done this? Or, was it worth it?
No.
But obviously because we see the progress.
They see part of the controversies come because they don't understand what is being done.
And you will wait for the results.
Just mind-boggling how regional government can undertake, say, 100,000 crores of rupees of investment just like that. How do you raise the kind of resources? Are you pushing the state economy into a debt trap and so on? This comes out of partly genuine, partly because also people don't understand.
But you were convinced.
No, of course.
Yes.
Of course. It's not only just me. The government.
This government's your visions.
It was discussions with the government which led to what happened with the finance minister.
Of course, yes. Who else to do it? Yeah. But, and when the results speak for itself, then I think that's when the critics are silenced.
Yes.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. So now, we said you're from Marxist, from Marxism to capitalism to now startup capitalism, where, the young founders are after unicorns and innovations. So as an economist, where do you think the Kerala's economy is headed?
See, I have an important paper which I wrote some 40 years back, looking at the enterprise in Kerala. Kerala, one of the lacunae historically has been lack of entrepreneurial class. That's highly limited. If we compare with Gujarat or Chettiars of Tamil Nadu or Parsis of Western India, Kerala doesn't have such a entrepreneurial class. But now, today in Kerala, you are finding a new
There's a wave of
entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs, generation of entrepreneurs, see, who are educated, who are the leaders of the startup.
Yes.
So I think it's a very, very important development in Kerala.
For the Kerala economy.
Is these people who are going to lead Kerala into the knowledge economy.
But do you think it is like high risk, high returns, and too much hustle? Because as someone who has a long term vision, do you think the startup capitalism is sustainable?
See, one, you have the infrastructure that is being built up by the state government. Two, we are also inviting corporate capital to Kerala, you see. But it's just not going to be the corporate capital alone. Now, we are trying to create a very dynamic, vigorous ecosystem in which startups can thrive.
Right.
And the startups also will be an instrument to attract more corporate investment to Kerala, the venture capital investment into these new enterprises. So I think that this is a very, very important turning point in Kerala's history. For the first time, an indigenous new breed, new generation of entrepreneurs.
So you are up for it. You want all the
Definitely, this is a big change.
yes.
Kerala people have been thinking of that there has been a confrontational politics. It's true.
Yes.
So there have been big movements and struggles and so
Strikes and
but Kerala's development and social and political has reached a stage when there is need for greater cooperation between the workers and also the entrepreneurs to transform Kerala into the non-blood economy. So this is something that is happening in the state.
So you say now I think we are at a stage where it is safe to say that the LDF policies has evolved to a stage where it can coexist with capitalism.
Well, I won't say we are transcending capitalism, but one, we are going to create a very dynamic economy which uses industry 4 and 5 technologies to transform. But still, that economy would be a progressive economy. That would be a secular economy. That would be an economy where will be redistributing justice.
Yes.
So, well, it is
progress for
humane.
Yeah, it's progress for all.
Yeah, it's a more humane model of development.
Yeah, it is. We always see Kerala as like it's a fine balance of democratic socialism and of course with market economics. We grow together and we thrive together with it.
Yes, that is it. We are not going to establish socialism in Kerala. And we know very well. But we want rapid growth, but at the same time a growth which ensures justice, which is also ensures sustainability. So that we do it through a conscious policy intervention. That's all. See, you may think, is it possible? Look, experience of Kerala so far tells it's possible. We have been part of colonial India. We have been part of post-independence India. Yet at the same time, we have pursued a very different development path which ensured education, healthcare, and social security for majority of the people. Have like a life.
Yes.
So similarly, now we want to make a transformation to a new phase.
Keeping all the values, keep the values
intact.
So fast. Yes, and then progress forward with, so when do you see the next economic leap in Kerala?
Next economic leap in Kerala would be what I've been telling, the transformation of the technological base in the economy into advanced economy. That increases the productivity so that the Keralites needn't go abroad to find such jobs.
Yeah.
They find jobs to
Be self-sustainable.
Second, the women in Kerala get good jobs within Kerala. Uh, I've been saying great things about Kerala, but something of which I'm slightly ashamed is that the women participation rate in employment is only 20%.
Okay.
Number of women employable age who are working outside the home is only 20%. Now they have got to get employed. Gender justice uh, and environment sustainability. So this is the next leap.
Next leap.
That from keeping the redistributive justice gains of the past, we want to make Kerala into one that is rapidly growing on the base of new technologies, but which ensures gender justice, which ensures environmental sustainability and social justice.
Yes, of course.
That's the Kerala that is in the mission. So I think that is a goal worth striving for.
Absolutely. And, we already stand out as a state, from other states in India. We stand out with all our opportunities and the benefits that we have in Kerala. And with your vision, we just, inshallah, hopefully, it is just taking a big leap forward. So, Dr. Isaac, please tell me, you've laid down very bold financial legacy with KIFBI, masala bonds, and your long-term strategic ideas, which is very novel. So, with the current government, so looking at Kerala's current economic situation, do you see or do you feel that the vision that you had set is being carried forward?
Definitely. One, this is not just my vision. The political target that has been set in Kerala collectively by a lot of people who have been involved in that. Secondly,
It's all
by
aligned.
the agenda of the government itself. I have also played by a role that I would like to place it in that perspective. And this mission we are pursuing very vigorously. In fact, politically, this has become totally accepted by thorough discussion the political levels because we are doing some things unorthodox. Therefore, we adopted a resolution saying the new Kerala, new path.
Yeah.
So that there is a political consensus of this. Then the government tries to implement it. Though I'm not in the government, that this is being pursued. And I am contributing my little part in the knowledge economy transformation through the skill and employment program.
Yeah. Do you think we face restrictions, in terms of our growth from the central government? Do you feel that we are a little restricted?
Yes.
Which is why we start our own, like you said, unorthodox paths.
Yes. India government does not, I'm sorry about that, does not accept the diversity. Diversity centrally in faith and political understanding, but also the diversity of different regions. Not only in language and culture, they have the different development paths. As like Kerala, we made a choice decades and decades back that we will focus upon social development and social justice. And we don't regret it. We are gained by that. Okay, today at this juncture, we want to make another choice. Okay, we want to now create employment within Kerala itself, quality jobs, so that the educated youth who are visible, say, achievements of our work in the past, they get employment. So we are striking out a new path.
New path.
Somebody should accept that. Okay.
And support it.
And support it. Instead of you are putting one has fits all kind of proposition that all states, no states shall spend the money borrowed on current expenditure. No state can borrow more than 3% of your GDP. It cannot mechanically do that. Say, take the case of a backward state in like Bihar or UP and so on. They will have to spend more on education, healthcare, and so on. On the other hand, Kerala, they'll have to spend more on infrastructure and advanced technology investment. So they will have to follow different development paths. Unfortunately, the present system, the federal government, does not accept this inherent diversity of a huge country like India. That's very sad.
Unfortunately, it seems to be that we are following a very conservatism approach to, the whole idea.
That's right. The approach seems to be that, okay, you put aside your redistributional aspirations for time being, let the growth take place, then it will trickle down. But it doesn't work like that. Say, for example, India is rapidly growing. It's not a slow growing economy, it's a rapidly growing, fastest growing economy. But if you take the income of the top 10% of the population, that would come 57% of the income of India. Now you remove this 10% income from India's national income, the average per capita income of the rest of the population would be among the bottommost 45, 55 least developed economies in the world. So India is growing, but redistribution doesn't take place. But we want to challenge this in Kerala. You want to ensure that the gains of development do reach to everybody in Kerala. And at the same time, the redistribution should not become a drag on development. And that's why we have consciously chosen to accept, say, industry for technologies, transform Kerala, create high-income, decent jobs in Kerala.
Yeah, and I think, you're the perfect person to actually bring this idea into vision, of course, with, your support, Dr. Krishnan, because, we see that you have ideated, you have powered through all the chaos and allegations that came at you while you were doing this, and yet you have delivered, and now to see you still, in spite of you not being in the spotlight now as the finance minister, you've taken a back seat. But your vision for a better Kerala is still so prevalent with this initiative, Vijnana Keralam, that is with the support of Dr. Krishnan. This is, since it is relatively new, I was reading about it yesterday and I was so overwhelmed and, so proud to see, the kind of opportunities that we have in Kerala. So why don't you briefly explain what Vijnana Keralam is and what do you intend to achieve with it, beyond what he said?
See, we had initiated, it was as a part of the budget of Dr. Thomas Isaac in 2022 that this declaration of Kerala's transformation to the knowledge economy was mooted. There were 4 components for the knowledge economy which were voted as a part of the budget speech. Number 1 was this program for employment of the educated and employed, which is basically a program for the and gender justice, as he argued. The second point was to build up an innovation ecosystem in Kerala to solve the cutting edge wicked problems of Kerala. Kerala's problems are second leadership problems, not the problems which the Bibaru states face. It knows or has essential needs, but the issues of higher education, the issues of looking at growth along with redistributive justice and sustainability. Now the third component was when essentially transforming the higher education.
Yeah.
See, if you want to have growth, then naturally the higher education has to be more productive.
Yes.
The people have to be the output, will be more employed.
Because in our syllabus, we are stagnating with what we've learned. There is no progressive learning unlike other syllabuses.
So there is a need to transform
And yes, and this is where this comes in.
quite a lot of achievements in the primary education and secondary. But the quality of the tertiary education need to be transformed, and we have to also bring in skilling as a major component of the public education system, so that the public institutions can also be at the forefront in terms of providing employable people with the right skills who will be job ready for the sort of transformation which is happening world over.
Yeah.
And the fourth component was, focusing on knowledge industries to talk about digital transformation. Like more. So this was a very revolutionary perspective which has been put forward. So from 2021, we had started off with this program. We had created a digital platform, trying to do some mobilization and things like that, and then provide employment. We were of the impression that because Kerala has got quite a lot of mobile penetration, taking density and all that, this would ensure that if the employer is on the platform and the job seekers are on the platform, then the old process of employment generation, what it did to. So, 2-3 years down the line, we found that the whole program the blueprint is excellent. It was, of course, it has not been tried out.
Yeah, and this is a model for India.
So, not even India, for the rest of the world.
Yes.
So, we re-looked at what was the problem with that. We found that the labor market issues in Kerala were quite complex. Number one, people were very they were risk averse generally. That's the people are risk averse. They are very comfortable with government jobs. They are not very comfortable with private jobs.
Yeah, like he was saying, the startup economy is, lacking. Yeah.
So these were some of the issues that we wanted to address. So we found, we again went to the basics with the movement for literacy, the movement for people's plan, which all were built in Kerala during the last years. These had brought in a model of participatory, bottom-up models for transformation.
Yeah.
We felt that this is the model for the behavioral and cultural change that is required in the labor market. There is a need for a huge empowerment which has to happen for mobilizing the youngsters to this new opportunity. It cannot just happen with creating a platform and with creating the right mixes. There was a need for a much more transformative program from the bottom up.
Yeah.
And that was how the whole Vidyanakar and the Honorable CM had reviewed the program on 4th of September 2024. Said that the progress in the program was not up to the mark. It was the milestone project of government Paya. And that was where he had initiated a major program called Migration Conclave. Now, there is Migration Conclave was in Pathanamthitta district. And around the Migration Conclave, he made an appeal to the diaspora. You provide something back to the skimming in Kerala, for the employability in Kerala. Why don't you are exposed to the realities of the world? Why don't you tell your younger generation what should they do for getting a better employment, for looking at better opportunity? What are the skills that they should imbibe? So these were the questions which had mooted in the migration conclave. And he had also brought in this idea that local governments should be at the center of this particular program. So this was a sort of a different tweak to the knowledge economy mission program which we had initiated. We moved from a technocentric agency-driven program to a participative local government-centered program with a mass base. So we went out to the people, talked to the community, and see that this is a community responsibility. You have to tell the youngsters
To participate.
And we also have to have a mass mentoring program created, just like the literacy mission, where all of us were part of the literacy program. When it was decided that we wanted to convert to achieve the highest literacy in the country, we have to wipe out illiteracy, which that was done through a mass movement. Where youngsters went out and then identified every old person who was not literate and who taught them how to read and write. So like that, there was a need for a sort of a mass movement which would take this to the center of the political agenda. the whole question of employability to the center of the political agenda, had to make a huge leap in this program. That was how the whole Vicharagaril program was did.
Yeah, and also because when I was reading, I saw yesterday that you have taken it to the population, you have taken it to the existing schools, to the existing colleges, so that nobody misses out on it. We're still waiting for it to be implemented across Kerala. But the fact that, you are so passionate about this, and it shows that you want everybody to participate and nobody misses out itself, it's simply so overwhelming. And I was so awestruck reading this that, we live in a Kerala where our leaders are so exemplified in their long-term vision that we feel safe and protected in Kerala. So do you think that this came about when you realized that, a lot of the Kerala population was moving abroad for employment? Is that why, this came around? Or
No, I would say that, the whole concept of the knowledge economy mission, I would say that Dr. Isaac as an economist had
Yes.
understood the nuances of the Kerala economy, that there is a need for transformation of the economic base from a low productivity, low diversification structure to a high productivity, a high diversity.
we have to start from the grassroots. Yeah.
That was because Kerala has done land reforms, but we have facing huge challenges in terms of economy scale in the primary sector. You have traditional industries where the focus has been on redistribution, so it is still a large chunk of human resources with very little technology. So we are struggling in that. Then, interestingly, in terms of the MSME, I don't know whether he had, the inkling of mooting the knowledge economy. In fact, the whole documentation which C. Balawal had come up on Below the Radar was not completely available at the time when his budget speech was written. That brought in a new dimension. He brought out the whole. The usual myth about Kerala is not a good place for industry, but the thesis of Barawal was that the MSME in Kerala over the last 20 years has flourished basically because they have been able to take advantage of human development in Kerala, the science and technology infrastructure in Kerala, and the MSMEs who are flourishing, including the Turbo Pen Board, including the Synthite, the Kevlar footwear cluster. They were all based on applied sciences and technologies. And this is the sort of growth which, around 100, 125 excellent MSMEs have grown in Kerala, and the path they have taken is the path of knowledge economy.
Yeah.
So, the whole idea which was mooted around knowledge economy is not just a wish list. It was something which has been actually tried out in the MSME sector. Whatever growth we see in the MSME sector could be transformative for the whole of Kerala through the knowledge.
And that is what you want to empower, because, this initiative, when you look at it, it is so impressive, how you want to empower the youth. You want them to, bring back it into the country. And it's so heartening. And, whereas we see other states in India, it's so regressive, so backwards. To be a part of Kerala at this juncture where we have amazing leaders, so focused, I think we are so thankful and blessed to be Malayalis, proud Malayalis.
I want to add that apparently this will look so simple, okay, smooth ride.
No,
it is not.
It was not, yes.
But there has been a government in Kerala that has been in continuous power for the last 9 years. And the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has been there at the helm for this long. Many of these challenges we have been able to overcome is also primarily because the government's leadership in riding about these problems.
Yes.
Putting forward this vision, pursuing it, particularly because you asked about the federal government, the problem, their policy of pursuing.
But that is not hindering us. That is not stopping us.
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
that is for stopping.
Yes.
That
is what
also
empowering.
is a big tribute to the leadership of the government.
Absolutely.
to accept this huge vision of a total transformation and also take the risk in this lens. I think the real credit would lie there. That's
Yes.
is very important.
Yeah, and when you take these transformative measures and you actually see the results of it, it is so satisfying that our vision is being materialized and the people are benefiting from it.
Right. There are a lot of. I'm also academically interested. What makes Kerala government different? We not just the present government. You see, you have different state governments in India.
Yes.
Kerala government fits the bill of being a developmental state in a sense.
Proudly so.
Why wasn't different? Okay, the politics and the economics of
We
that.
have educated people.
Why is Kerala now taking forward this? I think it cannot be separated from the Kerala's history and also Kerala's politics. And I think just to be understood in that context.
Yes, because we have always had progressive leaders, educated leaders that they help leading the country to progress. So, now that you're not in the spotlight, being the finance minister, you've taken, a slightly quieter route with the Vijnana Keralam. How does it feel now? Do you enjoy this phase?
I thoroughly enjoyed this. In the sense I told you, I'm also an academic, so
Yes, which is what
I spent time writing, penning some 4 academic books. So that is good achievement. And now I'm involved in this this very novel experiment
Yes.
and thoroughly enjoying that.
Yeah. Do you see yourself getting back into the spotlight, into active
Of
politics?
that, I don't know, but I know I'm on a route which is going to create
It's going to ascend.
results in Kerala on a route which has the path has been now approved and taken forward by the government. It's not me fighting all this, the government program. So
And it is a nice space to be when all your thoughts and your vision for Kerala as a state is aligned.
that's right. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah. When your vision is aligned, everybody is working towards the same vision. I think that is when you enjoy your job and you want to consistently give back.
Yes.
And so before, we conclude, let me allow me to, take you through my quick takes where I ask you quick questions and wouldn't take much long. So you've taught in classrooms and also led from the front lines. What gives you more satisfaction, teaching students or shaping budgets?
Yes, when you're a teacher, you think you must be more active. And when you are the activist, you think you need to remove reflection, write something. But I try to combine this in the sense all my books have been reflections of what I'm doing. Therefore, when I'm involved in this political and human development activities, I'll try to continuously assess them with academic bed of mind.
Yes.
Yes, that's
That is the finesse we see.
I enjoy doing like that. I enjoy doing like that.
And I think you're the best person to ask this. What is the most misunderstood thing about Marxism?
Most, if you want to understand the most misunderstood thing about Marxism, you just, sorry, I don't know if I'm Colombian, read what President Trump says about